are you doing today?
I am good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to be sitting down with you today. I know this is going to be really dope. I'm Sierra Ray Johnson. You guys, I'm going to be moderating some panels for reFOCUS Business Conference, and I'm super excited to be curating these IG talks with our speakers because we have some amazing speakers. And so today we're going to get to know one of our amazing speakers. Is it Chandra or Chandra?
It's Chandra, like Jackie Chan.
Okay, I was right. We're going to get to know Miss Sandra, and I'm super excited. I was looking at her bio. I was like, she's amazing to do PR, to, be doing festival curation, podcast, just everything, girl boss. I know it's like definitely the season of the woman right now. So I'm just super excited to get to know you. So tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is, you can call me Chan, like Jackie Chan, and I am a publicist. I'm also a business consultant. I help businesses to create foundations for success and also get the reach and to get their business noticed to their community first and then the world around it, because without your community, you don't have you're not set up correctly. So with that, and then I also founded a comedy and film festival. I have a production company, a community organization where we host voter registration drives. We always try to make sure that our community knows what rights they have and stuff like that. And that's a little bit of what I do.
Right. Yeah, you do amazing things. I can't wait to get to know you more throughout the conference, everything that's going on. So you mentioned a very important word, which is reach. I think a lot of people sometimes reach a little bit too far. So do you think that in business and branding, with everything social media, is there a thing as far as reaching too far to go to add publicity to your brand or business?
Yes, because you have to know exactly what you need, where you need to reach to. You have to know exactly how to start your core audience. Build that first. Yeah. Then get outside. You know what I'm saying? You can't just expect people outside of your backyard to know who you are if your backyard don't know who you are. Right. So, building that foundation and letting people know like who you are and what you're doing, and you're connecting with your community who will keep you in business. Right. Some people will launch a business and forget that the coffee shop down the street, even though we're in COVID, can promote their business. You could support each other and lay that groundwork so that when they see you, they recognize you. So that's my biggest word of advice when I'm working with my clients is like, does your neighborhood know what you do?
Right, that's the big one.
Yes. Well, they want to go viral. I don't ascribe to being a publicist that will tell you what you want to hear. Right. Money is not that important for me. My impact and my, integrity means more than $1. Yeah,
definitely. So when is a good time in your brand or business to seek a publicist? A lot of people are like, I need PR. When do you think is a good time or like timeline in your brand or business where you should start seeking a publicist for your business?
At the beginning, when you are laying the foundation. So when people come to me to open their business, to help strategize, to open and launch their business, and because I'm a publicist too, I'm giving them the best of both worlds. Right. And that's the first thing I ask is, okay, where do you see yourself? How do you want this to be seen by anyone? So at the beginning, a publicist can help you to strategize. Even if you don't have them on retainer, they can help you to strategize on different milestones that could be deemed newsworthy. And that way you understand how you should work, how you should flow with your business and getting it out there. It's a publicist can help you to define your message as well, especially when it comes to social media, your website and stuff like that. You can have an idea for a web designer, but if you don't have a creative marketing person and also a publicist who's well aware on how, your message is supposed to be conveyed, because public relations is strategic communication. Right. It's how you speak to your clients, potential connections or anything like that, your potential network. So without that message being curated and disseminated correctly, you're not going to get the reach that you want. You got a beautiful website, but those words mean nothing when they don't hit.
Right. Exactly. So this is a question I know a lot of people always have and people are not aware of. So can you please break down for us the difference between marketing and public relations? I know that people always like, oh, I need marketing, I need PR. Like, which one is it? So I know they go hand in hand, but can you break it down for people who don't understand what public relations is?
Public relations and marketing are best friends, but they're two different people.
Right.
Public relations is the message that you, in the appearance of what you would like to appear to your client or your network or whoever you want to talk to. Marketing is the visuals that you want to convey, that you want to have embedded in somebody's memory. So that the aesthetics is your marketing. It's your salesy, the things that you want to, how you want it packaged. So you want the message to be packaged correctly. So you take the message from your communications, your publicist, and then you put it in your marketing, and then you hand it over. Now, mind you, you can't have no great message on no garbage can lid, okay?
Yeah.
So if you have a great message that you're trying to give out, and it's raggedy delivery, who gonna look at that?
Exactly.
So that's the difference between marketing and public relations. Public relations is how you talk to people, how you connect with people, how you linger in their mind, and what message you want to give. Marketing is how they. Let me tell you this way: y'all sit at the lunch table. Public relations, it gives you the message. Marketing passes that note to that person that you want to talk to, if that makes sense. If that could break it down to y'all, because if y'all want to hook up with somebody, you pass the note, and the person who delivered the note, that's marketing. So there you go.
Right. That's an amazing example. So let's get a little bit into your background. Like, what made you get into PR and curation and everything that you're doing now? How did you get your start? Okay,
so check this out. Like, picture this.
Yeah.
No, you know, my dad was an entrepreneur, and I opened my first business at 18. I had a catering company. I also did desserts. I was very big on cooking desserts. I'm still good at it now. I don't do it anymore as much, but I learned that the rules and regulations and stuff like that. So then it started me studying how to launch businesses and how to be compliant.
Right.
And then this is probably way before your time, girl. So girl, this was back in the 2000.
I was say, I look young, but I just turned 30.
Girl, no, girl. I'm an 82 baby. So
okay.
This is back when I was dealing with the internet before the internet was the internet and Google was a thing.
Yeah.
So I was talking to other people. I built my website on Yahoo website. This is way back in the day when, MySpace had us coding and all that other stuff. So I was able to teach other people how to do the same thing. Yeah. And even though I had a great career, I was doing that on the side. And so I actually helped other people launch their businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't until I was at work and I was assaulted at work, which is so crazy. And I went ahead and got my LLC for my consulting company, right? And because I was like, I might as well do this for a living. And so that was a long story short. I ended up being asked to send out a press release or write a press release. And I was like, oh, that's easy. I used to work in the marketing department. That's easy to do. And I didn't think it would hit anything. And I was like, you have to write it so that somebody can want to engage and want to cover the story that I was writing about. Yeah. Lo and behold, my pitch hit, booked for 6 different places in one day. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is all it takes.
I'm onto something with this. Yeah.
So I was like, my persuasive writing, because I won so many different proposals, and stuff like that, because I wrote about the company in a way that made people want to, award us the contract. So I was like, okay, cool. I can just do this. This is easy. I just didn't go deep into, hey, Andy, I didn't go into digging into what a publicist does to the point where I was like, oh, okay, because most of the publicists I dealt with were very people. They people well. I'm not a people person, because I don't people like that. But I realized that wasn't something that's a requirement. You just have to be respectful, and you have to be understanding of people. So that's what inspired me to go into being a publicist, because I launched so many businesses. Why am I outsourcing something that I can do for them?
Right.
Make it all one kit and caboodle.
Yeah, so you could be like, you became a one-stop shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because I could write from a place of loving that company.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't something that, because I launched it, they were like my baby. So I'm showing up here, look what I did.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So every client that I take on becomes my baby.
Right.
Their business becomes my business. And so I'm able to disconnect the retainer from, from the client. That's just a sweetener. For me, if I believe in a product or something like that, I'm going to go hard for it anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it is. So
right. So, this year for Focus Business Conference, we're talking about refocusing. So you've been in business for a while. You're seasoned in business. You've accumulated a lot of accolades and accomplishments. What were some of the things that you did to refocus, not just during the pandemic, but between like things that happened in life in general?
Well, I can say this. What I did was because I do deal with depression and some other mental health illnesses. And so what I did to refocus and to make things easier for myself so that I could, do what I need to do great, I could do it and excel at it, was I took the time to really do self-care. Yeah. I took the time to understand that self-care is more than bubble baths, sage, and candles.
Right.
It's delegation, it's time management.
Yeah.
Like I have, T, she's on Hey T. I do have a support system in business. Like everyone said, oh, I need a business bestie. Your business, you have to have a support system that will always be honest with you. And that's one of the things that I had to refocus on and get honest, supportive people around me who have a business. They understand entrepreneurship, but they also understand they have to keep it 100 with each other.
Right.
So, delegating, like I have, T is my creative director. She does the marketing stuff. I could tell her exactly what I want from my clients. Mm-hmm. She goes in for, I don't have to do all that myself. Right. Then I have someone who does the content, who does all of these things that make sure that everything is working cohesive, because delegation and understanding that time management is key will help you. And also networking with, hey, girl, hey. So she's a fellow publicist. So there's so many different things you have to understand in making sure that you build a space for yourself where you can thrive. So that's what I did to refocus. And my business is thriving because I had to have that come to Jesus meeting with myself and be like, girl, you are not Superwoman. You are not Wonder Woman. You can say, listen, I need help, and it's not a detriment to you. That doesn't say that you're bad at what you do in a business. It just says to be successful, you have to have a team. You have to have people who support and understanding that you can delegate and be okay with delegating those things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. Like I had to have a come to Jesus meeting. Now, I am not every woman.
Yeah. Especially because you said that your clients' businesses are your babies, your brand is your baby. So I think that like as women, just people in business, period, as leaders, it's hard for us to delegate because we spend so much time getting the brands together, our business together. So we be like,
you can't be leaving your kids with just anybody now.
Period. Like, and that's the real kids and these kids. People don't treat your stuff how you treat it.
Exactly.
So how did you bounce back from experiences with working with people who maybe didn't give you 100% or, didn't give you everything you need in business? Like, how did you bounce back from that?
I bounced back. Well, first they would let us a cease and desist letters.
You bounced back legally. Okay.
Listen, I have no problem firing off a letter. That's why you have a legal team.
Right.
I need this letter sent because this person got me all the way.
Right.
Try Jesus before you try me, okay? So you have to have those. That's how you, to bounce back is to acknowledge the issue, handle the issue, don't dwell on the issue, and then keep going. Yeah. Because sometimes we fall into the trap of dwelling on the issue that happened and beat ourselves up about it when it ain't had nothing to do with you. Yeah. It wasn't you, it was them being a messed up person that they are, messed up in business and all of that. Yeah. That's not on you. You don't have to wear that badge of, oh my gosh, you didn't dissect it. What did I do wrong? You ain't do nothing wrong. It was them, not you. Keep moving.
Right.
Because that's where, you know, and that's how I bounce back. I acknowledge, fix, learn my lesson, and keep on going. You can't dwell in it.
Yes, don't dwell in it. That's a great point. Don't dwell in, you know, the negative thing or the thing that happened. Move on. That's the best way to bounce back, is to keep going, honestly. Right. So we talked about a little bit about how you got your start. We talked about what you kind of do to like refocus and things. So if you've been in business this long, you have had to have a major accomplishment, a major thing that was like, yeah, girl, you did that. So
Ooh.
what was your most memorable placement when it came to PR?
My first month doing working with a client, I got him on. He's no longer a client of mine, but I set him up so the next publicist actually emailed me and said, "You did amazing. You know, you got everything together. You did." And so it was on a Billionaires podcast before podcasts were a thing. Yeah. It was a Billionaire podcast where they flew my client and him. They were going to fly me out as well, and I couldn't get off work, but they flew him out. He actually got to, you know, do the podcast with him. He went to another ball where he met Oprah, Ava DuVernay, all of these people. I was like, oh, see, this is what publicists do. We get you where you need to. We put you in rooms where you need to connect. And so for me, that was the most amazing accomplishment. I'm so proud of myself. But, you know, that's one of the many ones that I think that's the one that makes me smile the most. But also the fact that I got another one of my clients this coming up, an amazing feature in Cosmo magazine, a special edition.
We love to see it. You winning out here. That's dope. Yeah. But we always got to give ourselves our roses, you know, congratulate yourself if nobody else did, because like to be a publicist or a brand person or just in business period, to have an accomplishment, even just to be in business a year, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years is amazing. So that's dope that you brought together some things from out of nowhere to see your client go to the next level. Like
it's crazy. It's crazy because it's like, even with all my clients, you know, that I work with, like every placement for me is a win. Like I don't brag about it, and sometimes I don't post all of the placements. I let them glow and let them have the moment. But to me, that's seeing the smiles on their faces and their business level up. Yeah, you can't, like, I've had clients have gone on and, you know, that, you know, it didn't end the way I wanted it to end because they felt like I didn't do my job. Yeah. But all of the stuff that I laid in place came rushing in once they felt like because public relations is a process. It's not an overnight thing. Yeah. You know, so if you trust the process and work, if you're willing to wait 10 years for somebody to marry you, you can wait 3 to 6 months for your brand to get recognized and take off. I'm trying to say.
They don't want to hear that though. People want this microwave success. They don't want to hear that 10-year part.
Well, maybe they should put some glue in it. Never mind.
No, like for real, people want stuff so fast sometimes, you know, with PR campaigns and marketing and branding, that stuff takes a minute. You know, I can relate to you on when you put clients on retainer, they be like, oh, it's been 30 days and I'm not famous. And I'll be like, well, but
wait a minute. Because my attitude would be like, well, it's been 30 days, but it's been 3 years and he ain't even move in with you and y'all got 15 kids. But you know, that's your business.
I know that people will bring you their selfies and be like, I need to be on magazines with my selfie.
You a whole lot. No, you're not. And I'm quick to say, listen, here's the number of my photographer. Yeah. And then if they're not in my city, I'm so quick to find a photographer. Listen. Right. Because you won't have me out here looking stupid.
It's the brand for me. Like, oh, I bought you everything you need. Not like that. So I have to redo everything. That's a whole nother 90 days. Like, you know, like
I can't, you know what? Because I write for different magazines in my own publication. Yeah. And in my thing that I say, no selfies. Because I'm not going to publish no article with you selfies in the car looking stupid with your kid in the background. Not saying your kid is ugly. But you know what I'm saying? You can't have your towel in the background not hooked in his car seat. Them sitting there, you want me to post that? You know,
girl, like, no, this not. You would be surprised. Like, it's even convincing people just to have, you know, just to step it up. You know, that's why we're doing the Focus Business Conference, for have people to level up, having speakers like you that's gonna tell the truth and have people in business go to the next level and like focus. So I definitely know when we get to the conference, that's gonna be a a topic like, hey guys, this is not overnight. This is a process.
Because if you're willing to wait for some Jordans, you willing to wait for them Jordans to hit the market. They did the release last year. You still ain't got them yet. Then you could wait on your brand to be marketed and put together and elevated. Like if you got patience to wait for your barber who you've been going to for 22 years and waiting line
and
over
there, they're gonna wait for that barber on Saturday morning.
They sitting there sleep. If they gonna get that cut, then you can wait for this.
Yeah. You had me at you gonna wait 10 years for a ring for me. That's all I needed. People wait 10 years for a ring but can't wait to be successful in business. That you said that right there.
I'm just saying, you done waited 5 years to get a 2-year degree. You can wait for
this. No, we're not gonna call them out like that. So I want to ask you a fun question. So if you could have lunch with anybody in the world, sit down with them and just soak knowledge for them, or sit down with them and have a conversation, who would it be and why?
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and I love me some Karen Civil. Okay? Yeah. Listen, let me tell y'all something, because she retweeted something I posted, and I was like,
girl, doesn't that make you feel good inside?
Listen, I'm not one of them people that, I'm not no groupie or nothing like that. But when I tell you, I follow her since before she was this to this level. I know the work she put in. She was there when Lil Wayne didn't have no daggone 2 dreads, okay? But he had all of them, okay? Right? She was there from the beginning. When the dreads was started, she was there, okay? So therefore, I need people to understand Karen Civil is the epitome of how to market and how to do the work and put the time in.
Right.
Listen.
No, seriously.
Sis, even when he went to jail, she was there.
Right. Sis got it. Like, and from where she was till now, like I just love everything she does business wise, honestly.
Listen, I don't know her from a can of paint, but if anything, because I actually, hold on one second. I'm going to say this because I'll tell you this. Y'all don't understand. I have, her books. Okay, wait a minute. One more person. And I know she's not on this live. And I know she's going to kill me. But, hold on. There's a book. Here it is right here. Her name is, she has this book called Start Ghetto. It's goal settings. Like, I'm going to tell you, I have a thing where if somebody resonates with me, I listen. So it's these 2 books have helped me, if I can show it. Yes. Not saying that my own books are not valid, but these have helped me get to where I need to go. Mm-hmm. Because you got to start somewhere, but you also got to keep your mind motivated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got a bookshelf full of. Listen, Karen Civil, hey girl, if you would not, I know you may not be watching, I'm gonna tag you when they post it, girl, because I want you to see.
You know what I'm saying? You just 1 degree, 6 degrees away from her anyway. So
no, you know what? I'm closer than I think because listen, she done been on this other conference. I'm like, listen, somebody gonna just let me have a phone call with her.
It's gonna happen one day. You just gonna, run into her and then
girl, I know I need that too. Yeah. When I was supposed to go to New York, for the event that she was having, I got a ticket and everything. Everything fell apart that day because I was going to take the train up and take it back. Mm-hmm. And everything fell apart. Hey, Erica. Smooches and right through. I'm sorry. So that's my sister from, I have a couple of my sisters on here. Tanya's on here and everything. But I had, everybody's on here. Amir's on here. Like, y'all know I love Karen, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. So Focus Business Conference is coming up, and you'll be joining us. So what are you looking forward to as being a part of the conference?
First of all, moderating a panel with Erica. Get your girl that's over here. And just being able to help people to understand that it's a process. Yeah. In business. Sometimes you do got to take it back to platform and start over. Sometimes you do have to pivot and refocus where you're going to get to where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you do got to recalibrate. You got to blow in the cartridge real quick and then set it back in the thing. Sometimes you got to do that. Yes. So this conference is going to give people the tools that are needed so they can do that. They can take the product that they have, but sometimes you gotta zhuzh it up a little bit, polish it up a little bit more.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit, just so you could reignite that fire to make sure that you are on the path to greatness. Like, y'all got some heavy hitters on this conference.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful I'm in the number.
Right, me too. It's Andy for me, just the whole conference leader. My sister's everything, So so we focus.
Let me tell you something. Salute Andy.
Period. So we refocusing in 2021 because the pandemic came in 2020, and I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't expecting it. I was comfortable living my life, being an entrepreneur, working full time, doing both. I, was praying for some things, but it's crazy because they actually happened in 2020. So just to be able to refocus, that word within itself is what we need in 2021, like, period. So tell us how you plan to refocus for 2021.
Oh, I've already started. First of all, I started delegating. I started doing better time management. I refocused on and doing my brand, and making sure that I'm able to service my clients and also launch my personal brand and some other things. So my refocus has been on renewed faith in myself and what I can actually accomplish, and also what I can bring to the table for my clients, because I'm now no longer letting excuses, guys, that self-doubt.
Yes.
Get in my way, because somebody said that to me earlier, because we say, oh, that's an excuse. No, it's self-doubt coming out. Sometimes you gotta acknowledge it and keep it moving,
right?
And let nothing stop you, because what's for you is for you, and you got to do it.
Yes,
you have to.
Yes.
So my meeting, yes, I'm ready.
I love that. What's for you will be for you. So tell us your announcements that you have coming up. Tell us, how do we shop with you, book with you? We want to know all things you.
So, yes, there's some major things that are coming out. I want everybody to go to my website and sign up for my email list, because I have some major announcements coming at the beginning of second quarter. That's first quarter, second quarter. Second quarter.
Yeah.
That, because I went through something personally that inspired a new business venture of mine, but it's something that's going to make sure everyone is taken care of, and acknowledging certain things within yourself, because sometimes you are blessed to help others when you had to go through something. So sometimes there's a blessing inside of, something that happened. So I'm excited about that. And then, my clients, there's a page coming up on my website. Just subscribe. Go to my website and subscribe, because there's so many great things happening because I delegated and I started practicing self-care. So I was able to accomplish more when I delegated. And it's okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm learning to delegate too. I'm an only child, so I'm used to doing things by myself, and so it's kind of hard for me to do, because I feel like I could just knock it out in 5 seconds.
That's what we own. Like, I was raised like that's how I was. Even though I have siblings, I was raised as the only child. But you gotta understand, like, that's how my mentality was. I had to shift that mindset real quick, girl. Let me tell you something. When you can go have a cup of coffee and you ain't got to work on something, and you get a ding, oh, it's done. Oh, sip on it.
Yes, I know that feel good. Yeah.
Email just popped up. Something got done. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that I'm telling you. You could sit and enjoy the candles and the bubble baths.
That's when that good self-care that you can do, like that self-care they post about all the time. You can do that now.
That's the only way you can do that, if you delegate.
Yeah.
And do it. I'm telling you.
Nah, you're right. But I'm tapped in. I'm about to follow you, because I want to know about all the announcements that you have coming up and everything. I'm super excited to be able to, be with you in the Focus Business Conference. They doing so much for this conference. I know it's gonna change the world. This conference is virtual, guys. So if you haven't got your tickets, please go to www.focusbusinessconference.com. It's going to be March 5th through the 7th. Also, our conference host, the founder, the creator, Just As Andy, has her planners on sale, her mommy and business planners, her dad and business planners. Andy just got everything. So make sure y'all follow Andy on social media. And y'all don't want to miss us at the conference. If y'all enjoy this conversation, this is nothing in comparison to what the conference is about to be. The conference is going to be us on steroids. So y'all need to be at Focus Business Conference. Before we hang up, Chan, do you have any last minute words or anything you want to say?
Shift your mindset for greatness. That's all.
Yeah, that's not all. We need to pin that in the comments. Y'all write that in the comments. Shift your mindset for greatness. reFOCUS 2021. That's a great takeaway, y'all. Like, you gotta shift your mindset for greatness. I mean, we can't even say anything else. That's like a drop mic moment. Because there's so much going on in the world. It's a shift in the world, so you better shift too, so you don't get left behind.
Yes.
So yes, I want to thank you again for just taking out your time to talk with me about your brand and who you are. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you, and everybody who's been hearting and liking and everything. Make sure y'all follow Focus Business Conference and get your ticket, early bird special. You can't beat that deal for all this knowledge. So we excited, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.